What's up, Pirates? I'm Sonny, and I'm going to be your host for this week. We have a great show planned for you guys today. We have another installment of Ask the Staff, another great cultural corner, and we have the return of a beloved segment, This or That, so make sure you stay tuned. But before all that, here are your announcements. Calling all high schoolers in need of a summer job, Mr. Bond has several good job opportunities available. Please visit the website myhighschooljob.com for more information and updates on current job prospects. Please see or email Mr. Bond with any interests or inquiries. The Cinnamons and Pirates boys lacrosse team moved to 2-2 this past week with a win over Middle Township. Conlon Holt had 5 goals, Peyton Wills had his first career hat trick, and Matt Bundy contributed 2 goals. Sophomore Connor Gutowski had 2 goals and 1 assist. Freshman Corey Rohde won 76% of the faceoffs. Goalie Owen Torque had 13 saves. Here are some highlights. The Buccaneer Yearbook is still for sale for $95 online through the school website only. If you want to buy a yearbook, please click the link under the News and Announcements section entitled Buy Your 2021 Yearbook here on the school website. The class of 2024 is having a night out at Topgolf on May 16th from 6 to 8 p.m. The cost is $60 and the deadline is today. If you have any questions, please ask Mrs. Kramer or Mr. Arnold. And now a special announcement from Live Squared about the upcoming Red and Black Games.
The 3rd edition of the annual Red and Black Games are about to begin. If your last name begins with letters A through L, you're on the black team. If your last name begins with letters M through Z, you're on the red team. The Red and Black teams will compete in a variety of virtual events to earn points towards the House Cup, which is on display in the main lobby.
Starting Monday, May 10th, events will be posted on the CHS website and Instagram account. The events include Nailed It Baking Contest, photography contest, music and art competitions, an engineering contest, and more. The games will end on May 27th with a live virtual trivia contest at 7 p.m. Winners of each event will be announced on CHS TV and on CHS Instagram accounts. Earn points for their respective teams and win a free Red and Black Event Champion t-shirt.
If you'd like to participate in the events, please check the Cinnamons and High School website and social media accounts for event postings. If you have any questions, please contact your class advisors or Mr. Prokopka in room A203.
Every day at CHS, teachers and staff are doing great things for their students. If you feel someone has either helped you, guided you, assisted you, or simply stands out, here is your opportunity to recognize them. Each month, the Golden Apple Award is given to a special staff member. Please consider recognizing someone who has made an impact on your life or the life of another by emailing Mrs. Leets at leetsj@cinnamonson.com. And now to Mr. Gorman with the principal's message.
Good morning, Pirates. I would like to start by congratulating the 2021 Cinnamonson Board of Education Achievement Award winner for Cinnamonson High School, Ms. Bogus. In an excerpt from one of the several nominations for this award that Ms. Bogus received, her colleague explains, Ms. Bogus has given an endless amount of time, input, and resource as the co-chair of the CHS Equity Committee. Without her partnership, guidance, and leadership, our committee's efforts would not have been as powerful, purposeful, or driven. All of her time and effort in this capacity is voluntary, and it is indeed hard work. Another colleague describes her experience as a member of the Equity Committee and working with Ms. Bogus as follows. Ms. Bogus' leadership of the Equity Committee, knowledge, passion, grace, and optimism motivated me to know more, do more, and be more. Ms. Bogus has been tireless with her laser-sharp focus on addressing the needs of our students of color through workshops, discussions, student mentoring, all while teaching during the pandemic. I would also like to mention that Ms. Bogus received more nominations for this award this year than any other winner in the 10 years I've been involved in the selection committee. To me, this speaks to both her own personal excellence and the importance of her mission. For those reasons and so many more, please join me in congratulating our 2021 Achievement Award winner, Ms. Bogus. Congratulations, Ms. Bogus. I would also like to take a moment to recognize our April Students of the Month. Every month, a member from each class is selected to represent Cinnaminson High School as a Student of the Month. Students who are nominated have distinguished themselves as outstanding members of Cinnaminson High School. They are recommended by the staff for this award and maintain exemplary discipline records for the academic school year. The April 2021 Students of the Month are Senior Gianna Pappas, Junior Grace Ringer, Sophomore Brooks Stenderovich, and Freshman Joseph Shepard. Please join me in congratulating these students for their contributions to Cinnaminson High School. Before I leave you to the remainder of the broadcast, please remember that this week is Teacher Appreciation Week. The teachers and staff at CHS have worked tirelessly this year to ensure that our school remained a safe port in the chaos of the last year. I am thankful every day for the efforts of every member of this staff, and I hope you will consider taking a moment to thank that particular teacher or staff member who may have made a difference in your day. That's all for this week. Please enjoy the rest of the broadcast and have a great weekend.
Do you have an announcement for an upcoming event for your club or organization? Do you want to be the spotlight student achievement both inside and outside the classroom? Then consider putting your announcements right here on CHS TV. Send us an email with your info at cinnaminsontv@gmail.com or reach out to Mr. Wilson and we will include your announcements each week on our show.
Hey Pirates, it's Ian with this week's Ask the Staff. Each week we ask the staff a different question. This week we asked, if you were a student at CHS, which staff member would you look up to the most? Let's see what they have to say.
Mrs. Bogus. I think she always seems to be very professional.
I would look up to Riley Gartland. Riley is just an amazing teacher.
I would say Miss Alvarado. She just seems kind of like the mama bear type. Mr. Miley gets along with his teacher or his colleagues and his students very well.
Like to steal the seriousness with which Mr. Matz approaches his job.
Dan Matz for when he was a musician.
Derek Moore, just because of his laid-back attitude, would be pretty chill.
Mrs. Carroll, she just always gives good advice, even when I hear her from a teacher's perspective.
Miss Arnie, because she's young.
Miss Barrett.
I think Mr. McNamara is a pretty exceptional man.
Steve Gill, because he is tall.
I've seen Ryan start here as a teacher and become principal.
How about Mrs. McCool? I think I would look up to Mrs. McCool. She always has, she just always knows the right thing to say.
Dan Matz is my vote.
Carlo Iacono.
All of them, because I'm not even 5 foot tall.
100% is Miss Bogus.
Miss Weiler and Mr. Moore would be really great examples.
I would say Miss Nicely.
Miss Coker, just because to see her and to recognize that she is younger, but she seems like she has everything together.
I would look up to Mr. Gorman because I do look up to Mr. Gorman.
Gorman, I think because I used to know him as a teacher.
Mr. Campbell. I always joke enough that he's already old enough to be my dad.
DePietro, but I also really enjoyed working stage crew with Mr. Wilson.
Clearly Mr. Wilson, because he's got the coolest job in the building.
Wow, those were some great answers. If I was a student at CHS, I think that I would look up to Miss Laskowski the most because she makes class fun sometimes.
On this edition of Cultural Corner, we go to Bryant Liu to ask him about his Asian heritage and about what the Chinese New Year means to him and his family to celebrate Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
Hi, my name is Bryant Liu, and for this Asian American Pacific Islander Month, I'm sharing about my Vietnamese culture. My parents are both native and Vietnamese citizens, but came over to America in order to give me and my brother a better life, which makes me a Vietnamese American. Where my family's from is from the Southeast Asia and East Asia region, which includes China, Korea, and Japan. And we have many celebrations based upon the seasons and the lunar calendar. One of the most important holidays for my family that we celebrate is Chinese New Year, also known as Tet in Vietnamese. Based upon the lunar calendar, 2021 is the year of the ox, and this year's lunar New Year's Day was on February 12th. The dates change every year because the festival is based on the Chinese Lunar New Year. The lunar calendar is associated with the movement of the moon, which usually defines traditional festivals like the Chinese New Year, also known as the Spring Festival. Chinese New Year is celebrated for 7 days, and my family celebrates by having a large family feast of traditional foods, and we also receive red envelopes with money. In Vietnamese, it's called Lì Xì. We say a prayer to our elders for good luck in the incoming year, and there are many fun events such as dragon dances and fireworks.
How do you think growing up with these traditions has influenced your life now?
Growing up with these traditions, I feel like it gave me an identity to who I am. Without these traditions, I wouldn't be the person who I am today.
Hey, sir.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I knew you were going to...
All right, that's good.
I was thinking it was you.
In-person school or virtual school?
In person.
In person.
In person.
I think I like in-person school.
In-person school, in person.
Definitely in person, because like people who do online, they're just like lazy, sit in bed all day. And then we'd be out here mobbing.
In person.
Definitely in person.
I guess in person, because I go all 5 days.
In person. It's much more fun.
Probably in person.
Definitely in person. Virtual to sleep, but in person definitely helps me more.
In person.
Absolutely in person.
Definitely in person.
I'm a big fan of online school because you don't really have to do much, but I feel like got to get myself into check and wake up in the morning, come in, get some stuff done, you know.
And virtual school.
Did you just touch my drum set? Snickers or Twix?
Snickers.
Twix.
Snickers, definitely.
I mean, I don't like either of them.
I'm a Twix guy.
No, Snickers if they're like frozen, but Twix if they're not frozen.
We talking right or left Twix? I go with right. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna have to put right Twix over Snickers most of the days.
Snickers.
Twix. Is that Alyssa? It's Alyssa. We see Alyssa. Pancakes or waffles?
Neither.
I don't think I can choose between them. I say both.
Pancakes. Pancakes.
Waffles. Pancakes.
My mom says waffles are pancakes with abs, so.
Pancakes. If you like waffles, you're weird.
Pancakes, of course.
Waffles, pancakes are for heathens.
Wilson!
During May, in support of Mental Health Awareness Month, the AP Psychology students, in conjunction with Student Council, are sponsoring a clothing drive to help those who are in mental health facilities. If you can donate gently used adult clothing, please bring them to Ms. Forbes or Mr. Becker or any class advisor and email Ms. Forbes for more information. Each week, Mental Health Awareness Month has a focus, and we are sharing that message.
The history of racism runs deep within clinical mental health for Black, Indigenous, and people of color individuals. For example, people who are African American or Black have historically been subjected to more severe diagnosis than their white counterparts, such as overdiagnosis of schizophrenia.
The CDC also hopes to raise awareness about the devastating impact on physical health and mental health of more traditional examples of racism, prejudice or discrimination against a person or group, whether intentional or unintentional, based on the color of their skin, race, or ethnicity.
With Mental Health Awareness Month and Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month occurring in May, this is a good time to ask whether we're doing enough to promote the mental well-being of Asian Americans.
According to the American Psychological Association, Asian Americans are 3 times less likely than other racial groups to seek care for their mental health because of factors including stigma that associates mental illness with a disability, language barriers, and other factors, along with the lack of mental health professionals trained to handle issues specific to Asian Americans.
All of those factors make it imperative for our community to address mental health issues surrounding racism, work to eliminate the barriers for access to help, and increase our understanding about consequences of racist behavior and the connections to mental health to help improve the lives of everyone. Thank you for your support.
That's all for this week, Pirates. If you have any comments or questions or ideas for something you'd like to see on CHS TV, please reach out to us at cinnaminsontv@gmail.com. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram. See you later, Pirates.